there is one thing that only you do. You know that one thing can define us as humans? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and those who have parents. Years ago, I was living in a small village in India. Outside my window, sitting on top of a tall tree, was an eagle's nest. Father, mother, and two small eaglets, exactly like my sister Vimala and me. Father eagle brought home lots of food, and mother eagle fed her eaglets with lots of love. Everything resembled home sweet home until one day it started snowing. To protect small eaglets from the shivering cold, the parent eagles spread their large, sturdy wings, and with a soft, caring touch, they sat on the eaglets. They felt relieved. I felt relieved. They felt relieved. They had shielded their eaglets from the cold. I felt relieved. Thank God, my parents didn't sit on me. 18 weeks later, the small eaglets became young adults. The parent eagles taught them how to fly, and the young eagles matured only to fly far away. Seasons passed, years passed. The young eagles didn't return anymore. In the lovely nest where they once raised their family, the old parent eagles continued living alone. They reminded me of my parents. My parents also raised me, shielding from adversities for 18 years, and taught me how to fly. But I flew out of the family nest, chasing dreams, success, and then I too was no longer flying by their side. I sent home gifts and made phone calls, but that did not match a simple hug or a sincere conversation face to face. On one hand, my parents were too proud to ask for any help. On the other hand, I became so obsessed with my own priorities that I remembered my parents only on Father's Day, Mother's Day, and November 23rd, my birthday. My parents were there when I needed them. So I thought I must be there when they need me. How? I have a family, financial commitments. Should I leave my parents like those old eagles, sitting lonely in the nest? I had a conversation with my sister. Vimala, I just realized mom and dad are old and lonely. We have commitments. I don't know how and who should care for mom and dad. My sister replied, Kripakaran, we can come up with a million reasons why we cannot care for our parents. But elephants care for their mother. Wolves care for their father. And like the elephants, wolves are your eagles that didn't return anymore. The only living species in this world that can care for both the parents is the human species. That one thing can be done only by us. Thinking about it, I realized the real value of certain gifts might be realized only after they are gone. Since 2010, from spring to summer, my sister takes care of our parents in her nest. Fall to winter, I take care of them in my nest. When our parents are hungry, we feed them. When they need companionship, we sit next to them. And when it's cold, We don't sit on them. When my sister and I decided to care for our parents, I had a question. What's in it for me? Well, I was grateful that our parents didn't ask that when they raised us. They never asked, what's in it for me, when they held us and sang lullabies. They never asked, what's in it for me, when they showered us and fed us. They never asked, what's in it for me, when they played peekaboo and read stories to us. And they never asked, what's in it for me, when we were sick and they cared for us. And now, what's in it for me? Just a satisfaction that I could care back as a human. Sometimes my sister and I think about those old eagles and feel sorry for them. But we are grateful to them because they reminded us of our parents and made us do what only humans can do. People say that when a parent becomes a child, the child becomes their parent. And today, our parents are no longer lonely in their nest, because now my sister and I have become their parents. Fellow Toastmasters, what about your parents?